Yo. Hit him with the laugh, Wiz. Hit him with the laugh, Wiz. What up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back with another listening party, man, as we're going to jam out because this is what this whole season is. This is a celebration of the fact that Wiz Khalifa and other artists from week in and week out that I've been doing this have been releasing new music that goes a little bit under the radar, man. But let's start off with some jams. Yeah. And see, the thing is, I'm not going to play the new album. I'm not going to play anything that is mainstream to a degree. I'm just going to play some jams. Some of them you probably know about, others you may not. They in love with what I say, cause I really live the life you other niggas speak about. Got my cameraman, he down to do a movie for me. Couple niggas round us down to do the shooting for me. Woo! I'm still riding with my main bitch, she rolling the. This is Wiz Khalifa, Ballin' After Rollin'. But yeah, man, we celebrating to the point that Wiz Khalifa is about to drop his new album, Multiverse. Gonna be interesting. He dropped a single already, but I haven't listened to the single. I'm going to jump directly into the album, which I'm excited for. Because Wiz Khalifa, man, I mean, he's not what he used to be, where he's at now, but he still got the passion. He still got the desire. He can still create quality music. You feel me? It's still possible for him to drop a classic song like this. Maybe not a full classic project. Maybe he's been too far gone in the game for now. But yet, all I need is one. All I need is 1, 2. Give me 3, 4. I'll be impressed. I'll be happy. Like, the longer that you're in the game, the more difficult it becomes to actually have something to talk about, to actually have that motivation to create something great, to have that creativity to do something that you haven't already done. Therefore, I don't, expect that off of this new Multiverse album. I'm not expecting any greatness. I'm not expecting too much. None. Just give me 2 to 3 dope songs that I can ride to, that can go into the playlist, man, and I'm cool with it. And why I say he can do it is because he did a collaboration project that I made a short about with Big Crit, Smoke Dizza, Wiz Khalifa, and the producer, the guy who put it all together, pretty much his name is Igor. That joint had some smooth stuff up on there, you dig? If that is any indication on what this Multiverse album can be like, this album could be pretty good. But with the title being Multiverse, and we seeing all of that through the Marvel movies and other movies of such, like, what was the name of that? It was called the, Anywhere, Everywhere, All at the Same Time, where the whole concept is there's a multiverse around us. There's different parts, there are different versions of us that's around us. You feel me? All of these different versions of us are in different galaxies, but yet they're all over top of each other, and the differences between them is the decisions that they've made. Like, there could be a different Topaz Yates that's out there that's not doing music reviews, that's strictly on the gaming reviews or making gaming content and such, which I'm going to be doing that shortly. But there could be a version of me that's out there that's already on that's already been pumping. There could be a different version of Topaz Yates that actually, when I had a record deal, these other individuals that I was dealing with decided to sign the record deal, and we all came up and we were all in the game for however amount of time. There's a variation of that where it was super successful. There's a variation of that where we just flopped and fell out the game all the way. That's the whole multiverse concept. Now, for Wiz to make an album based on the multiverse, maybe he's going through different variations of lives that he could have had if it wasn't for music. If he had to go ahead and, because he was living in Pittsburgh, and I know how Pittsburgh be. if he had to go into the streets, if he didn't associate himself with Juicy J, if he never put on Mac Miller. Like, he could be experimenting with all of that, and that could be fire. But this is all me just thinking. It could just be, you know, what Wiz does is just normal music, no actual super lyricism or anything like that.
I'm trying to use better words.
Could be just him doing the best music that he can. And I would say 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the thing. Because, you know, Wiz Khalifa is the legend that doesn't get the credit for being the legend. Why he doesn't get this credit? And when I say credit, whenever you ask somebody who's your top 5 or who's your top 10, Wiz is never mentioned. Only way that Wiz is mentioned is if you are a Wiz Khalifa fan from the jump that hold him near and dear to your heart. That's the only types of people that include Wiz Khalifa in the top 10. What up, Money Mitch? I know you there. But here's the thing. Wiz has had a career that should be there. When you look at everything that he's done, all of the numbers that he's moved, how when he did something, he changed the way that the music industry was moving. You dig? His super success ultimately developed into much more of a imprint into the game than what many will give him credit for. I mean, when he switched up the game to go into the weed music, he became what Snoop Dogg was and took the baton and ran with it to a whole nother level. How many people have you ever seen really take a baton from somebody and turn it all the way up? You don't see it very often. I would say the closest person to have done that would have been Big Crit, taking the baton from UGK and doing it himself, but he didn't see nowhere near the heights that Wiz Khalifa saw. See, my thing about Wiz Khalifa, I was talking about it for years and years and years. I'm like, yo, Wiz is the dude. He's making these top #1 hits. People recognizing him for being the most poppin' individual in the commercial industry for some time. Like, his stats for all of his albums in the commercial industry was crazy. But I've always said he could benefit from a let's say Lil Wayne like ghostwriting style. You feel me? Because here's the thing. Lil Wayne came into the game, wasn't very lyrical. He was more on the delivery side of things, running with Cash Money, and the energy, the bling bling, that whole era was fire. That's what everybody loved about him when they came into the game. But yet, he evolved into a lyricist because he first started getting ghostwriting from Gilly the Kid. Yeah, Gilly the Kid, the podcaster now. He ghostwrote for Lil Wayne, and by doing that, Lil Wayne was taking lessons from how Gilly the Kid was writing his bars and how he was doing his stuff. And then Lil Wayne took that and ran with it and made it more into his own. But the whole Greatest Rapper Alive campaign, that was off the, that was like the beginnings of, that was after he started getting the ghostwriting from Gilly the Kid and how he started learning and did it himself. But the Greatest Rapper Alive campaign was when he started to perfect it and started to do all the freestyling and not really rapping like that. And he started making all the dope bars and putting it out as much as he possibly can. And by doing this, he has a mass audience of people that just because of random punchlines that he was delivering like non-stop on everybody's mixtapes all the time. Because of that, he's been granted his top 10 status, depending on who you are. Many people will put him in the top 5. Many people will put him in the top 2, depending on where you're from in a lot of cases. In a lot of cases, like a lot of people from New Orleans and such will put him up there. But top 10 definitely, most people will put Wayne into the top 10. And it's all because of that lyricist stretch. Like when he evolved the game into becoming a super lyricist. Hit him with the laugh, Wiz. Matter of fact, I got another laugh for you.
Y'all already know what it is, man.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what this is, this was off of Travis Barker's album. Yeah, we playing the features too.
And I'm still talking
champagne.
Good weed, bad bitches, and airplanes.
Yeah.
Niggas get extra like spare change.
But yeah, man, he could have really benefited from doing that kind of path where Wiz has never been a super punchline battle rap kind of cat. He's always been the type that's gonna come through, make a hit song, something super catchy, and keep it pushing. And there is nothing wrong with that, not in the slightest. You gotta respect it because of the longevity that he's had in this game has been ridiculous.
And my bad bitch look like a centerfold, cook like a chef, smoke weed like it's medicinal.
But can you imagine Black and Yellow, but with lyricism, in Wiz Khalifa's prime? With that being like one of his biggest records of all time that he did, not the biggest, but one of his biggest records. But could you imagine a whole album of just super lyricism to go along with his catchy style? Like, he would have been the perfect artist all the way through that could cater to those looking for lyricism, cater to those who's looking for catchy songs, cater to those looking for weed songs, cater to those looking for no matter what, and he could mash it all together and just make classic projects. That's one thing that I feel as though he didn't fully, like he did in some aspects, like when you look at the classic Cushion Orange Juice. I'll even throw Prince of the City up in there. But there's a lot of quality stuff that he delivered over the years, especially in the Dat Piff era. And like, that's what messes it up though, because that Piff era is leaning towards being forgotten at this point. Because people aren't really pushing the music that came out of there, and a lot of that music hasn't been making its way towards the streaming services. Like, it seems as though the Dat Piff era mixtapes and stuff, unless they were like the top ones that people really wanted to hear, those tend to just stay on Dat Piff or stay on other formats and not really get any promotion. Like, if it was me in the music industry and I had massive like projects on Dat Piff or other like streaming services that's not on SoundCloud and all that stuff, man, I would take the best of them, throw them all together, throw in some new songs, make a whole new album for people who don't know that all that stuff is out there. Like, you're sitting on a gold mine of some of your old best projects, but you're not doing nothing with it. But that's just me. But you know, Wiz, man, I cannot be mad at him because he did it himself. He did it with his own style. He did it his way. He didn't chase after any fads for the most part. I mean, yes, he did go into the trap Wiz and all of that stuff. He did jump from style to style like Snoop Dogg did because he was the new Snoop Dogg. But his biggest records all really just came from his own motivation and his own grind and his own work ethic. And that's really what made him great. But as you guys know, we're gonna go ahead and look at his discography. As now, this is for those of you who don't know, this is from the Cookout mixtape, Chevy Woods. Classic stuff. But Wiz got a couple features on it, and these joints go hard. But okay, say Pittsburgh Sound was his first promoted single. And that was off the, I believe, the Show and Prove. But we're going to skip past that and Deal or No Deal to go directly into his mainstream album releases, which was through Rostrum Records and Atlantic. But also, like, got other songs like Say Yeah might be the first song that most people knew from him. That was 2008 when he had a Warner Brothers deal that fell through. Even though Say Yeah went gold, now it went gold over time, but Say Yeah was successful. But the label wouldn't drop his album, and due to these differences, he went on ahead and kept it pushing and dropped the Deal or No Deal project. That's where that whole thing came from. And that just goes to show you, these labels don't know what they're doing. These labels have no vision. Of all the money that Wiz Khalifa has made for Atlantic in general, like, Warner Brothers missed out on a gold mine. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's really ridiculous when you look at all of this stuff, man. Like, let's go ahead into 2011, Rolling Papers. First debut album, his legitimate debut album on a major through Atlantic, as this went 2 times platinum. This album is where Black and Yellow was on. Where Black and Yellow as a single, 2 times platinum. And then Black and Yellow got so hot that the Steelers came through. Pittsburgh Steelers football team bought it. Now, I personally would never have sold it to him. I would have, like, leased it to the Steelers. But, hey, Wiz got hits for days, so he can do whatever he wanted to do with it. And that song, Black and Yellow, will live on forever because the Steelers own it. Another single that came from it was my favorite single off that album. Now, not one of my favorite albums by no means, but On My Level. That song was solid. With Too Short up on there? What? That song didn't certify. Sadly, my favorite song was, like, not really hitting like that in the mainstream, I guess. But then the next single, No Sleep, 2 times platinum single. And then there was an extended version of the Rolling Papers, which he brought in Taylor Gang. With that song, when I saw Wiz Khalifa perform that for the first time, dog, I was like, yo, that was fire. What up, Ty K? What's good? Wiz is very irrelevant. Let's go, Wiz. Is Wiz irrelevant now? I wouldn't go that far. He's not relevant in the grand scheme of mainstream, no. But he's still a legend. And whenever a legend releases, you gotta show a legend respect. Show him the respect that he can drop a classic song. He can drop potentially a classic project, maybe, depending on if he got the right motivation. Right now, he's signed to, who is he signed with? He signed with Asylum, which, you know, Asylum is where the legend's career goes to pasture, pretty much. That's where you drop. That's like, they give you the distribution that you need, but you ain't getting nowhere near the promotion. You ain't getting nowhere near the push. People won't even care that you even got something new coming out if it ain't for people picking up and running with it. You feel me? So with all of that in the context of today's music, yeah, he's a bit irrelevant. But keep in mind, Wiz will come back. Like, the whole sound of Wiz, of how long he's been doing it, people are going to begin to remix and remake his sound. Seeing as though people have already been jumping through the 3 6 Mafia catalog to the point that 3 6 Mafia is going to have been having to, like, sue people for samples and things like that. If you think Wiz Khalifa ain't in the next 5 years going to be the theme that the mainstream is going to be sampling and stuff from, you're mistaken. Hit him with the laugh, Wiz. Yeah.
Tell them all, fuck them all. I miss some shit.
Will Peasy for real, what's good? What's good? Shout out from Portugal. What's happening?
Them haters just trying to catch one of my balls. Not only selling out tours, I've been shutting down malls.
But where was I? Okay, Say Yeah was 2008 off the Warner Brothers. They didn't get a deal, but that single went gold. That just shows you how little vision Warner Brothers and record labels in general have. Because 2011 Rolling Papers, I said, got 2 times platinum. Black and Yellow got 2 times platinum, sold to the Stillers. Something that I never would have did, but he did it anyway. On My Level didn't certify. Then No Sleep came out. No Sleep went 2 times platinum. Taylor Gang came out as on the deluxe version. I saw that performed live. That was so hype. But that song went gold. All of these sales, like the whole album went 2 times platinum. That's 2. Black and Yellow, 2 times, so that's 4 times platinum. You got No Sleep, 6 times platinum. 6 times platinum and a half. In total. Now the numbers are different because single sales and album sales are still completely different to this day. But yet that's a lot of money for a record label to get off of just one album. You dig? Most people don't go platinum at all. But he went platinum with singles and the full album, bruh. And then he followed that up. 2012, ONIFC. That album went platinum. In which the Work Hard, Play Hard single, Work Hard, Play Hard, Work Hard, Play Hard. That single, not one of my favorites, of course, but that went 2 times platinum. Then you got that Remember You song with The Weeknd on there. Honestly, I wasn't feeling the vast majority. I really wasn't feeling any of Wiz's albums per se. I was always been more of the underground sounds that he was putting out. And that's why that's mainly what I'm going to be playing. But Remember You went platinum, got Grammy nominated for Best Rap Song Collaboration, didn't win, as this isn't the only song that Wiz Khalifa got nominated for the Oscars, for the Grammys and all that stuff. But that is what it is. So it's a platinum selling song, a platinum selling album, 2-time platinum song on there, and a platinum selling song, another platinum selling song. Now, why this only had 2 singles is beyond me. But you begin to see this. Like when an individual begins making you this kind of money, you want to push at least 3 singles per project just to see what's going to happen. But yet, after that first album, when you're in the mainstream, the promotion begins to dwindle. The promotion begins to go lower. Even if you're selling and doing big numbers, they're not going to push you as hard on the first one as they do on the second one, as they do on the third one. It's diminishing returns for record labels. And they want to just sit on all the money that you make for them. Which is messed up because, you're leaving money on the table. At least have a third single and have a single that doesn't do numbers before you move on to the next. That's how I feel. Like if you got a project that gave you 2 platinum singles, we're gonna run it up. We're gonna see exactly how far we can push this joint. You feel me? But Atlantic didn't do that. And then we go to 2014, Black Hollywood. Another platinum selling album. Like every mainstream album that he did numbers, bruh. With the single, We Them Boys, which was the best rap song, which was nominated for Best Rap Song on the Grammys. Another nomination that he didn't win. Song went platinum, as this is like pretty much the record labels told him, we need another Black and Yellow. That Black and Yellow went so crazy. Oh, and for those who don't know what this song is that's playing, well, it's about to end now, but this was G-ish off Drummer Boy's album or mixtape. I believe it was Drummer Boy, the producer, had a mixtape and had individual solo joints on it, and Wiz have the only banger on it. I'm on. But yeah. So, okay. They needed Wiz to create the next Black and Yellow. And he did it with We Them Boys. That song still gets played. The Cowboys try to use this as promotion. Like, the Cowboys didn't buy it, I don't believe. Like, the Steelers bought Black and Yellow outright. I don't think the Cowboys bought We Them Boys, but they use We Them Boys constantly. And that's good. In the grand scheme of things, that's good. Why? Because they don't own it. Wiz is getting all the money off of it as they continue to play it, as they continue to use it to promote the Cowboys. That's how he should have did Black and Yellow. Real talk.
And when no respect is changed, then perspectives change. Some niggas respect the game, some niggas neglect
and then
the change.
they got You and Your Friends. This You and Your Friends went gold. Didn't go platinum like a bunch of the other singles that he's dropped over. Like, okay, I'm okay with this one only having 2 singles because Black Hollywood, again, not one of my favorite projects to come from Wiz Khalifa, and you can see the sales started to dwindle, and the record label seemed they really didn't want to promote anything else beyond 2 singles from Wiz Khalifa anymore. So, I mean, I'm okay with you pushing a song and it only going gold and then realizing, okay, we made the money that we put into the next single might not bring back the kind of funds that we need unless you really believe in a particular song. But once you're down to like the 3rd song off the project, you're pretty much done with all the singles that you 100% believed in, unless you're dealing with a person like Wiz Khalifa who has those. So I would have recommended to try one more, but I can't blame him for only doing that. Let's look at the comments right quick. We got any more comments? But okay, for those of you who don't know what this particular song is, this is Born Slow from King Los's. I forget what album. Was it I Am King or something like that? No, it was Becoming King. I was just hustling a young nigga out here that's trying to make something from nothing. Woo! Nothing is what niggas gave us. Woo! So I put both of my chucks in. Yeah. Making sure promoters pay us. Making sure labels don't slave us. Now my merch fill up trucks. Pierre's your way, fill our cups. I hear them talk, but they don't walk. They haters, they don't want what? Yeah. I'm from a place where paper talks, so you should shut the fuck up. Hit him with the laugh, Wiz. One more. Me and my niggas. This Born Slow was fire, dude. When you're born in, baby, born slow. But then this leads us to 2018, Rolling Papers 2. And this is when I knew, like, you know, the promotional mainstream downfall is on. Why? Because when you begin to go back to your past works and try to make extensions of them or make the second variations of them, that's beginning to show that you're lacking the creativity to create something new. You're lacking the inspiration. And this ultimately became like his last album on Atlantic. As the album went gold, that's not bad. I mean, most people never go gold in their life. But this one went gold. And then they had he had two singles off this. Something New went platinum, another platinum selling record. Hopeless Romantic, another platinum selling record. And keep it in the context. Like, you're not making as much money off of these platinum selling contexts as you did for the gold album. Like, a gold album, 500,000 sales times 10, that's equal to $5 million. When you got a singles going platinum is $1 million. So gold is 5 million, platinum singles is 1 million. Fine. But to have $1 million to divide up, like that one single paid for the entire album. The second one paid for all of the promotion and put you in profit. The Gold album is all profit. 5 million is all profit towards the record label, depending on how much they decided to split at this time with Wiz. Wiz at this time was probably getting hopefully around 20%. Hopefully he got about 20% of that 5 million, if not more. But you would think that an individual that just coming off of two platinum singles will get another deal with Atlantic. A more profitable one for them, but it seems though they couldn't come to terms, and they decided to split paths, and now Wiz shows up again on Asylum.
I'm all about the money.
But these ain't the only projects that been dropping over all this time period, because I took you from 2008 to 2018.
Standing on the couches, blowing on some ounces. Shit from out the country.
So that's 10 years. In that 10 years, man, he had Mac and Devin Goes to High School, the movie with that movie, yeah. It was what it was. But the soundtrack went gold. So that's another $5 million right there. Depending on if it was digital or not. I'm not entirely sure about that. Had all of the mixtapes and all that stuff from the Dat Piff era. But then let's not forget See You Again, which broke all the records, which was the most watched YouTube video for a very long time. It went over 1 billion views when 1 billion views wasn't a thing. Let's look at how many views that got right now. Hold up. See You Again. Man, all you gotta do is put C and it pops up. See You Again pops up still to this day, 7 years later. Oh man, this See You Again got 5.5 billion views, bro. Are you kidding me? And you know, based off of ad revenue dollars, especially going back 7 years ago, that's money to pass down to your family. Your family will forever be straight based off of that. You feel me? This particular single, again, got nominated for a Grammy. Didn't win. I don't think Wiz never won a Grammy award. I don't think. But this See You Again won a bunch of awards. Like, if he was ever gonna win a Grammy award, it would be this. But let me look it up right quick. Oh, no. Wiz won a bunch of Grammy awards. Hold up.
2050 tour. Come get your lungs right. Leave that booth weed at the crib. Real shit, this the hottest rap tour since Jay-Z and them niggas was on the road. Doing the Hard Knock Life tour and shit like that. Shout out to all the fans, man, buying all the merch.
Yeah, I think
the show, I see y'all. Make sure you check out On FC too, man. December 4th. We ain't gonna let y'all
I mean, he got a bunch of nominations. I'm not so sure if he got awards though. But let me continue to look it up for a second.
But that's for me and you to know. It's Cabin Fever 2. Taylor Gang or Die. Shout out to them Taylors, man. Them real Taylors. December 4th.
Oh, while I looked that up, that was That was a song called About That.
Time I tell them I don't love them, I just fuck them. Then I move on to another one. Pass them to my brother. Get that pussy undercover. Got her ass from her mother. Got my weed straight from burner. You a nerd, so you cover. I can hardly trust these bitches. I learned ain't no sucker on that gas like a trucker. Smack the ass when I fuck her. I get plenty love. It's all the above.
I'm looking up Song of the Year.
Give me some, then straight to the club. Pockets filling up. Niggas love trying to hate on us. They ain't real enough. Always feel the building up. Young and I'm rich as fuck. Text your bitch. I ain't trying to Netflix and chill with her. I'ma roll a drink, give her the best thing she ever
Okay,
had.
so all of these are his nominations. So he's been nominated for Song of the Year, Pop Duo, Group Performance of the Year, Song Written, Rap Song, 2015 Rap Song, Melodic Rap Performance, 2014, Rap Song, 2013, Pop Duo Rap Group Performance, 2013, Rap Song, 2012, Rap Performance, 2012. I'm pretty sure he didn't win any of those. I'm fairly certain Wiz didn't win any of those. What up, 87 Chewy? What's good? But, I mean, if there was ever a song that was going to win the Grammy, it would have been See You Again. Because it was super commercial. Not one of my favorite songs, but the mass commercial success from it going 11 times platinum, which is pretty much diamond plus a platinum record.
Texting, can we kick it? No reply.
So that's $11 million, all in singles. You ain't got to sell nothing. Like, they didn't have to sell any units to get that 11 million. Like, that 11 million is all profit. Especially with it being for a soundtrack and all that, man. That's legendary status, bro. Like, when you look at the amount of records that this man has sold in his career, like, man. Okay, 1 million, 2 million, 4 million. So, as far as albums go, he sold 4.5 million albums by themselves. But in terms of singles,
play me some motherfucking pimpin', man.
In terms of singles, he sold
like his hookah. Man, it's motherfucking 4 o'clock a.m.
2
That
million.
nigga, we still up in the studio,
4 million.
nigga. Drinking motherfucking gin. Smoking
6 million.
so much motherfucking kush.
7 million.
Mr. Cap, man. Mr. Cap, cabin fever, motherfucking
8
3
million.
niggas. Get a job, bitch.
9 million.
Taylor
10
Gang
million.
Entertainment. Wiz Khalifa new album, nigga.
21
Smoking
million.
so much weed and getting fucked up every
Just
day,
by a
nigga.
brief estimation, he sold over 21 million
J.R.
singles.
Donato, fear what they don't know. Burner, Empire.
You know how Juicy J do. Juicy J going, keep going. And this is he was featured on the Wiz Khalifa, the mixtape More About Nothing, classic mixtape, on the Breeze the Cool mixtape.
As the summer breeze, peppering, it's nothing to me. Roll up that purple and breathe, sit back and fuck up the beat.
Man, this song actually got me through high school. Like, this jam went ham for a very long time. But man, the raw amount of success that Wiz Khalifa had, you would imagine somebody who's done this amount of work would forever be tied to a mainstream record label like Atlantic. But that's not how this game goes. Just like the NFL, you dig? Like, these individuals, they pay you for future records sold, not for what you've done in the past. Just like in the NFL, you're getting paid for what you can potentially do in the next 5 years, not what you did in the previous 5 years, which is why people like T.O., Terrell Owens, or legends like Emmitt Smith and all that. This is how they get traded and go to other teams later on in their career, and then they end up washing out and getting retired when they still want to play. Like Adrian Peterson would still like to play to this day, but he's clearly not what he was. And the amount of money that they're going to pay him is not worth the production that they're going to do. That's what Atlantic and these other record labels do. Like, okay, we got the most out of Wiz Khalifa. We got everything out of him. So therefore, there's no point in us like giving him another $1 million advance, $2 million advance for records, because odds are he will not be able to deliver another platinum selling album. Maybe a platinum selling single, maybe a couple platinum singles again, like he showed again. But yet, when the albums began to diminish, the amount of money that Wiz probably demanding because he's Wiz Khalifa, they may have just looked at the logistics and like, yo, it's not worthwhile for us to re-sign him. And then when you realize all the record labels are on one accord because it's a monopoly, there's only, what, three major record labels out there right now? And Warner Music. Let me look it up. Hold up. No, there's 4. There's still no. EMI is gone. So there's only 3. There's Sony BMG, Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group. Those are the only 3 major record labels that's left. When one label that's underneath these, like I think Atlantic is underneath Universal. Who's your parent? Yeah. No. Atlantic is part of Warner Music. So ultimately, Warner Brothers did get the money. They just moved him straight from being under Warner and pushed him under Atlantic. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot more sense now. So Warner Brothers got this. But okay, there's only 3 major record labels. When any artist is within one of these 3 record labels and the record labels say, you know what, he's done, we got the most out of him, there ain't no point no more. When one of them says that, they all say that. That's when you kind of got to go to the mid-majors, like Asylum, like the places that, all the big names that's no longer with a major, they tend to go, they got to go because the mainstream ain't rocking with them, and there's only 3 mainstream record labels and they all work together. So therefore you are technically blackballed to a degree. And then, those mid-majors like Asylum, they'll offer better deals and stuff anyway because you got a name that they're trying to push their brand anyway. Saying. Let's play one more. We're gonna play My Joint. This that Pittsburgh sound off the Super. This was his first actual single. This is the first joint that actually I got put on to. But y'all know that Wiz was dropped the project earlier this year too. A lot of people didn't realize it. Like I made a short about it, but it was let me pull it up. It was hold up. Full Court Press. Full Court Press, which was a collaboration between him, Big Crit, Smoke Dizza, and the guy who put it all together as the producer. His name is Grow Top. And that joint actually go hard. It wasn't like the most magnificent project, especially with all the talent. Like personally, I would have just rolled with Wiz Khalifa, Big Crit, and let Big Crit produce it. Maybe get some Juicy J up in there. I mean, now no disrespect to Smoke DZA. Smoke DZA's cool, but not one of my favorites. Gold Talk does his thing. I think he should have definitely been a part of it and had some instances, but not produced the whole thing. But as a whole, man, that Full Court Press is one of the more solid, slept-on projects to have came out this year so far. One I definitely recommend. As we continue to wait on the Multiverse coming out today. And I got a question, like, what do y'all think that the Multiverse is going to sound like? Hit him with the laugh, Wiz. Hit him with the laugh, Wiz. It's Wiz Khalifa, man. What up, 87 Choi? 2 songs ago. What up, Poison University? Wiz needs to stick to the car, though. Nah, I mean, I'm all for the evolution of sound, you feel me? Like, the more you try to stay the same, the worse things become, you feel me? Like the more you try to stay the complete same as everything that you was doing, the less relevant you become. You have to evolve with the times. You got to evolve with the people. And either that or change the way music is made. That's what keeps Kanye. Why do you think Kanye is still to the forefront of music? It's not because he's doing good music, bro. But okay. 2 songs ago was a song called Call Again, featuring Problem. It had Juicy J at the end of it. I can't even remember. I can't even remember what project that was on, dude. But we can run that back though. Let me see. I'm gonna run it back to see if. Oh, that was Cabin Fever 3. You talking about this one, brother? Yeah. This joint go hard. But we only got 12 minutes before the Multiverse album. And like what I'm projecting, as I said in the beginning of this, I'm projecting Wiz to try to actually do a conceptual album here, because Multiverse is a concept that that you should be familiar with just based off of the Marvel movies and a bunch of other movies that's going on. Where the Multiverse theory is there are multiple universes that are stacked upon each other, in which each of these universes is different based on the decisions that we make. Therefore, there's an endless amount of universes of us as beings doing different things. Like there could be a universe out there where I'm not alive because of things in the past. There could be universes out there where I'm to the forefront of YouTube point blank period. There are universes out there where I actually got put on in the music game when I was going the hardest. You feel me? Ain't no telling. But that's the Multiverse theory. And for Wiz to drop a Multiverse album, it could be he's thinking about all the decisions and all the things that he's done before in the past, all the things that he can become, things that he could have become, all the things that he could have done, and different styles of music that he could have been a part of. Like, I mean, could he experiment with a whole bunch of different genres on this one? Possibly. Now, odds are, Wiz Khalifa is just going to do another Wiz Khalifa project. Probably give us some trap Wiz, some typical Wiz, some smoking Wiz. All the different brands of Wiz Khalifa that we all come to love. Odds are that's what he's going to deliver. But I hold out hope that he could take this Multiverse theory and make it into something unique and dope musically. But this is why I'm saying that, this is why most people never put Wiz Khalifa in the top 10. Man, see, I ran through all the songs that I wanted to play, and I still got 10 minutes. So we're gonna run them back. Like, I'm not gonna play none of the mainstream stuff, man, because one, I get copyright strikes ridiculous. And two, I'm just testing to see, like, what happens if I do nothing but the underground joints that, like, they should have copyright strikes for these, but we'll see. Lamborghini dreams, beach house wishes for bottles of champagne for my beach house bitches. It ain't new to me, that money shit I've been bout.
Throwing hundreds on the floor, I tell her
Keep count.
Nigga, they in love with what I say, cause I really live the life you other niggas
speak about.
Got my cameraman, he
Down to do a movie for me.
Couple niggas round us down to do the
Shooting for me. Ha!
I'm still riding with my main bitch, she rolling the joint, something old school playing.
But yeah, man, Wiz Khalifa with lyrics would be considered top 5 all time, in my opinion. Because the whole list that everybody like to go with, like Jay-Z, Biggie, and Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. Then they're throwing Tupac. Then it becomes speculative on who you believe. We could go, Jadakiss definitely fought for his top 5, and I'll give him that. I'll give him that top 5 in that area. Notice the thing about these top 5. They're all lyricists. They're all widely known. They're all made mass classics. They all had things to say. And I will say, Tupac wasn't the finest of lyricists, but he had some things to say. He was more of a poet than anything, but yet he was solid though. He was solid. But Wiz Khalifa should definitely have a slot somewhere 6 through 10. But if you ask the vast majority of people, they're not gonna put him there. A person that sold millions upon millions of records. In total, like 30, 40 million records over his career. Provided foundational wealth. He provided wealth that's going to be passed down generational as long as they don't come back and take that joint off of him. He's created theme songs for these football teams, in which football teams is how we in America knight owners, but for the owners of a night, like the UK knighting and all that stuff, but for knights to come through and say, you're our theme music, you're the one who comes and delivers us the music and we're gonna pay you, that's massive, man. Dude who did his own movies, he was in movies, soundtrack, doing numbers. Underground works that still go hard to this day, that even though people have been forgetting, because that Piff era is forgetting, people are forgetting that Piff era all in total, while a lot of these songs aren't making it over to Spotify and all that, but yet it's still hot. Wiz Khalifa dominated an entire era, but no one's going to give Wiz that kind of props.
As a team was half baked before class. Now I smoke joints with other niggas hoes, and this shit you burn after you roll. Ooh, I'm glad to be here all the way. So long, so long, so long. I finally found me a cause.
Float on, and I float on. England, keep it real. Still remember the rain, best song. Wiz hands down, but nah, Wiz ain't that deep. Come on, man. I would if he kept pushing Orange Juice, Taylor, Out of Dice, Prince of the City standards, but then it went downhill. Like, Wiz deserves that top. I don't care what anybody say, man. Just based off of the raw success. Now, yeah, I feel you. The quality of music, it went downhill because he went into the commercial game. The commercial game, you got to play by their rules. You got to play by, like, Jay-Z's most commercial songs and stuff were always trash, in my opinion. Like when he did H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy, songs like that, never were fans of those. But, you know, he had to make the commercial songs so that he can continue to have commercial success. Wiz took that and ran with it and found a whole lot of success. A whole lot of commercial success. And just based off of that and the fact that he had those classic records that you talking about. Those classic rappers, those classic records, Cushion Old Orange Juice, Taylor Alderdice, Prince of the City. I'll even put Prince of the City 2 in there a little bit too, but that's more dope records than the vast majority of these individuals out here. You feel me? But yet they were underground mixtapes that people are not attributing to his discography. When you look up his when you look up Wiz Khalifa through his discography on Wikipedia, you know Wikipedia's trash. But when you look him up on Wikipedia, they don't even say any of those projects. This is why I'm saying the whole Dat Piff era is about to be forgotten unless we ultimately hold on to it.
Niggas telling you lies, running game. Some things money just can't disguise. That's why keeping it G is where I keep my pride. You a lame, plus I'm good with a couple niggas
Who I Am is top 3 Wiz song easily. Who I Am? Bruh, like my top 3 I've been playing them. Like Born After Rolling, Good Day. I like the weed smoking Wiz Khalifa a lot. I like what was it? Pittsburgh Sound. Those would be my 3 favorite songs. This one, Good Dank, Born After Rolling, and Pittsburgh Sound. Those are my 3 favorite songs. Can I get a Wiz Khalifa laugh for that? Can I get a Wiz Khalifa laugh for that?
They don't wanna see me fly.
Like, Wiz should be up there with Biggie Smalls. I'll say that again. Wiz should be up there in terms of everybody's viewpoint as the best to ever do it. He should be up there with Biggie Smalls. Why? Why should Wiz be up there with Biggie Smalls? Biggie didn't have anywhere near the amount of hits that Wiz Khalifa has delivered. He didn't have anywhere near the amount of success. Now, this is all because he got tragically gunned down in his prime. Sad story. We all know it. But Wiz has had a full career. Wiz has had more success. Commercially, underground-wise, great music. He just wasn't lyrical as Biggie. But people will always piece that together with the lyricism that Biggie brought to the table. Which Biggie was super lyrical, but in the grand concept of where lyrics have gone, when you look at other lyricists that's out here, the Biggie flow, the rhyme scheme that he had, it got kind of outdated kind of quick. I mean, commercially speaking, Wiz is on the level of what Jay-Z delivered to the music industry. I mean, what record has Jay-Z ever delivered that went 11 times platinum, shattered all the YouTube streaming records? How has Jay-Z evolved with the streaming and everything as we go? Commercially speaking, Wiz Khalifa is the more selling and the better artist than what even Jay-Z is, than what even Nas is, when you want to look at it in that context. But people will never give it to him. Why? Because of lyricism. And that's something that I was trying to tell Wiz for like 10 years. But he remained true to himself, pushing out what he wanted to push out, doing what he wanted to do. He made a career for himself, by himself, with what made him great. And I can't be mad at it. And I'm sure he can't be mad at it too. And that's really what hip-hop is all about. You feel me? Hip-hop is all about individualism, being yourself. You don't have to fit into the same prototype as everybody else. You feel me? You don't have to be super lyrical guy. Yeah.
Y'all already know what it is, man.
This is the last song, and then I'm up out of here. Taylor Gang. and I'm still champagne.
Good weed, bad bitches and airplanes. Niggas get extra like spare change. Leave your bitch round my gang, then she fair game. Get so hot, standing near a flame. 20,000 on my wrist.
Wiz always be mixtape. Wiz will always be mixtape to me. ONIFC was good though. ONIFC was cool. I mean, not one of my favorite joints, but I feel you. I didn't like that Wiz Sonic. That was weird. Like, I like Saga, but it must have been high. He's always high, brother. He's always high. That's a great excuse for everything he does. And you say, maybe Snoop Dogg? Yeah. In the grand context of success in the mainstream industry, Snoop Dogg should be up there in that top 3 as well. Snoop Dogg has had the longevity, ride wave after wave, reinventing himself as he go. But the problem is, reason why Snoop will never be up there, he didn't have lyricism. Just like Wiz. That's why they come together and do well together, man. They're all but the descendants of the same thing. Says, no, I love the mixtape Wiz. He took his own path, but Nas and Jay-Z, nah, bro. Nas and Wiz did a song together, by the way. They did. I didn't even peep. I'm gonna have to find that. Now, I mean, and I know that's like a hot take of all hot takes. That's a hot take of all hot takes. Wiz Khalifa being more commercially viable, more successful, bigger, doing it way bigger and better in the grand context of the commercial industry. I know it's a hot take, but Wiz never had an album that completely showed off a fall off like Jay-Z has had multiple of them. Now, because he's Jay-Z, he will always have a spot within a record label. He's always going to promote himself because he was president of the label, because he was doing all this thing. But Jay-Z had a hard crash in terms of music from the 333 album on. But not even just the 333 album. We talking, let me go ahead and look at these up. No, not 333. The 444 album, that album was trash. That was a hard fall off. To go along with Kingdom Come was a hard fall off. Best of Both Worlds was whack, minus the intro. I know a lot of people like Watch the Throne, but that was whack too.
I bet you got champagne wishes, huh?
What else did he do?
Nice cool settings.
Magna Carta Holy Grail. That was a fall off album. Like, Wiz never had those kinds of fall off albums. All of Wiz's albums were platinum, except for one went gold. Now, given Wiz ain't dropped nowhere near as many albums as Jay-Z has, Jay-Z consistent. Every year, he drops something. Yes, but yet you had to take the bad to go along with that, man.
I'm getting money and I saw my cousin V. Got a bad bitch rolling up the tree. Her eyes green and she wanna go with me. So I kick a little game, hit her with some poetry.
Was that it? There may have been one more that I did. And now Jay-Z saying that, you know, he ain't trying to, he's not in the mode of actually dropping albums and stuff no more. And I'm like, thank God. You've been washed up for the longest. You just dropping music because you got the power to drop music. Wiz never had a long stretch like that where it's been stuff that's not of interest at all, that the quality of it has fell completely off. Just his commercial albums were never really fire. His best stuff was always underground mixtapes. But yet his commercial success was right there. Got the alarm. All the new albums done dropped. Alright, that's my cue. I appreciate everybody who came through, man. We about to go ahead, keep it pushing, man. I'm probably gonna do a short or maybe even a whole album review of the new Beyonce joint. But I'm definitely gonna peep out this Wiz Khalifa album as it's out. Everybody should go ahead and peep out both of those, man. But it is what it is. I appreciate everybody who came through, man. Catch y'all next week. We gonna keep doing the thing. I appreciate everybody that came through. England, keep it real. 87 Chewy, Ty K, Poison University. Everybody through the everybody that came through, left some chats. Everybody that was just watching the Concord views. I appreciate all of y'all, man. But we gonna keep it 1,000. Y'all be easy. One.
Yeah, that's what counts. My nigga Chevy Woods. It's the motherfucking cookout. You feel me? Same young nigga. Just the space from the 1 to the 0 grew a little bigger. And my flights board a little quicker. Bitch say she can't believe she seen the face of a real nigga. Go get her, dough spender, no swishers. Roll joints like the fingers on a gorilla. Sucker niggas a hate, the bank gon' fill up. Claim they do it like us, but ain't no nigga. And I'd like to thank every last one of y'all who stayed tailored through this thing. Cause next up is Chevy Woods. Chevy.
Tell me when's the last time you seen some niggas
Taylor
do it like
Gang. Y'all already know what it is, man. Cap.
I know you heard it's a cookout, girl.
It's on you,
call
Chef.
your friends and bring them through.